Greetings and welcome to the first episode of Jesse I Interviews. I'm Jesse I. I'd like to begin by stating that I'm recording this on unceded Indigenous lands, specifically the lands of the Wurundjeri and Boon Wurrung people of the Kulin Nation, lands which are now known as the City of Melbourne in Australia. I want to pay my respects and acknowledge the traditional owners of these lands, past, present and future, because I feel it's important to acknowledge that this always has been and always will be Aboriginal land and sovereignty was never ceded. For those who don't know me, I've been a reggae and dancehall DJ and radio announcer since 1997 when I started a program called Chant Down Babylon on a student radio station called SRA-FM, back when I was a first-year university student at the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology. I moved to a bigger public broadcaster, PBS-FM, in 1999, and I've been with them ever since, though the program name changed to Babylon Burning in 2008. Over that time, I've recorded countless interviews, ranging from legendary names and veterans to total unknowns and upcoming artists. I'm starting this podcast at the suggestion of a couple friends, shout out to Ras Crucial and Top Rank and Yoni, as a way of making some of these old recordings available to the public. Many of the interviews I intend to showcase here have never been heard anywhere before. A lot of them I just never got around to playing on air and they slipped through the cracks and were forgotten. This week's interview is one of these. It's an interview with the singer Cornel Campbell that I recorded in Jamaica in 2003. As these interviews span 3 decades, you'll definitely hear some changes in my interview style over time, though some of the questions will come to sound very familiar. Honestly, some of the questions and the things I say in the early interviews really make me cringe now, and some of my opinions on things have definitely changed, but I want to present these with as little editing as possible to best capture the true feeling and the exchange at the time. I want to keep these as raw as possible, so the only editing I plan to do is for when something's unpleasant to listen to, like when someone coughs into a microphone or that kind of thing. Occasionally there'll be breaks where mini-disc batteries die or something like that, but I'm even going to leave those in most of the time, so you can hear the banter in between. And there's also times when the recording might continue for a little while after the interview is officially ended. I wouldn't normally put that sort of material to air on the radio, but I'm going to leave it here if it's relevant, if there's anything interesting, like radio show jingles being recorded. You can think of it as a behind-the-scenes sort of thing. So to kick things off, I've got an interview that I really enjoyed doing but never got around to broadcasting with one of my all-time favourite singers, Cornel Campbell. This was recorded in Jamaica in either July or August back in 2003. My memory's a little foggy. It was my second trip to Jamaica. When I was in Kingston at this time, I often used to base myself around Black Scorpio Studio on Malines Road. This interview was actually recorded out the back of Black Scorpio, so there's a fair bit of ambient noise in the recording. You can hear a lot of other voices talking in the background. Cornel came to do the interview with the old school DJ Little Harry, and you can hear him interject a few times. Cornel Campbell is also one of the few people that asked me for payment to do an interview. I told him I never pay for interviews, but we did work out a deal for some dubplate specials, which we recorded at Exodus Dubplate Studios after the interview. That's a story on its own, but one better left for another time. So here we go, the first episode of Jesse I Interviews featuring the great Cornel Campbell.
Well, I always like to start my interviews at the beginning to see where an artist has come from. So if we can ask you a little bit like, where you were born, what life was like for you growing up as a youth.
Well, I was born in Jonestown in Kingston, St. Andrew.
Right.
And from there, I went to Like Waterhouse. That's Kingston 11. At the tender age of 11 years of age, I started out my first recording, which I was inspired by a lot of foreign singers in those early days.
Yeah.
Particularly like Nat King Cole, Johnny Mattis, the whole works, Asian times.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine named Kenneth Samuels intrigued me about recording business, because in those days it was one-track recording. When you make a mistake, you have to go over it again.
Right.
And we had backup musicians like Dan Drummond, Lloyd Nibs, Roland Alfonso, Tammy McCook, etc. Some old time guys. In my times, can't never really come in yet. But you had rhythm and blues.
Yep.
And from rhythm and blues to till the ska was invented, Yep. Because by exploiting the rhythm and blues and going around and we buck up on the ska.
Yep.
1956, I did my first ska recording for Sir Cox and Downbeat.
Right. So you were recording as early as
11 years old.
Was that your first recording?
Yeah, yes. It was called My Treasure.
Right. And you were 11 years old?
Yes, a little boy.
All right.
I did several other songs for Sir Caxton Downbeat. But in those days, financial thing wasn't up to standard, you know.
Right.
Producers never really pay your money, big time money, because the business never really mobilized yet neither.
Right.
It wasn't really upfront like international business.
Yep.
And I went to other producers such as Treasure Isle,
Yeah.
where I formed a group named Sensations. Me, Jim Riley, a brother named Digo, and Buster Riley. His brother now is the owner of Techniques Recording.
Right.
That's right.
Is that Winston? Right?
Winston Riley, of course. So we did several hits again from there. Sensation, then I moved on to Harry Moody, which I formed a group named Sensation, the Eternals.
Right.
Fine. And I went to Sir Caxton Downbeat again with the group, and I did a fabulous record named Stars,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
BW, Queen of the Minstrel, and several other hits with the Eternals. Then I went solo for Bunny Lee.
Right.
And well, I did several hits like the Gorgon, Duke of Earl, Natty Dread of Greenwich Farm, you know them.
Yeah.
No writing.
So this would be in the 70s now? Is this
Yeah,
the
that's
early
right, from
70s?
71, 72,
Yep.
but 75 I really break out internationally. Big time.
Right. Well, just going back a little bit to when you did that first recording at the age of 11. How did you actually come? Like, what led you to singing?
Okay,
How does an 11-year-old boy go and record a
well,
tune?
I was in school,
Yep.
and I used to listen to other guys, as I tell you before, and I have this beautiful voice. I used to go to church. As a tender age of 11, as I said before, they put me in the church choir, which it was illegal because I was too young to go on a church choir, but they stayed because through the melodic voice.
Yep.
Well, as I said, my friend named Kenneth Savels, he was intrigued, you know, he have a lot of confidence in me. I didn't have so much confidence in myself as a little boy, but he believed that I was great. And he put me among greatest guys who feel said that I was greater than them when I think I wasn't great like them. That was my imagination. Well, he was the one who, both of us write this song together named My Treasure. I will write another song named Old King Cole, which, like you said, Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. It was a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
And then when I wrote the song together, we went to Sir Caxton Downbeat. We went for audition. In those days when I go for audition now, you had a piano. This guy named Ursang, he did workshop, he played the piano.
Right.
So you have to form a queue. And Sir Caxton Downbeat, you in the background, I'm listening to the workshop, who can record for the next recording session. So I sang my song. At that time, you had some great singers like the Blue Busters, you have Clancy Eccles, you have the Charmers, you have Alton Ellis, you got Alton and Eddie. He wasn't solo artist at that time.
Right. Okay.
And you have Lassell Perkins and Dimple, the Moonlighters again. Who was it again? You have a lot of guys who I can't remember some of them names right now. Owen Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there wasn't much singers in those times.
Right.
Other singers that you see now, they just come on after.
Yeah.
Such like Ken Booth and the Metals, they came a little bit after me.
Right. Okay.
Right? Yeah, and even Derek Morgan came after me.
Right.
Jimmy Cliff. Because I came at a time when Scan never even come in. I came when we have this rhythm and blues thing.
Right.
It was the boogie and the piano, like you play the riff. You know?
Yeah.
It was sort of foreign thing. But we bring it down to our Jamaican culture.
Yeah.
And as I said, exploit it.
Right.
And then till we book up on something interesting that could, say socialize itself in reggae with the Jamaican society.
Yeah.
And from there on the Skia, which was originally Jamaican. From there, so it come off the Mento and them old calypso and stuff now.
Yeah.
Until the reggae came. Well, the reggae is the most outstanding beat that is still in existence, even though nobody surpassed the reggae beat. Like I say, because in the previous days ago, we used to invent beats.
Yeah.
You have a lot of beats, but the reggae, nobody invent beyond the reggae beat. No. It is still dominant,
Yeah.
predominant. So but we're still working on other things to come in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you as a singer? Is it changed from the R&B to ska to rocksteady and all those changes as a singer? What was it like adapting to the different rhythms and as the music changed?
Well, it never really changed to me. You know. I was a versatile character.
Yeah.
A guy who is an inborn thing. It's not really a adapted thing. Like I just a sing because I'm following a pattern or a trend.
Yeah.
It is something natural. Like I'm versatile. I can sing any type of song in the world. You understand me? If I go to Japan and I hear a beat, I can still go on it.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know the language, but I can apply my own Jamaican culture.
Right.
And it still come out good. I was in Germany recently, and they played the African German beat, and I did a song named King and My Empire. And it doing very well. You hear about it?
No.
Yeah, because they didn't know I could do it because it was African with some conga drum and stuff, and and German beat as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really entirely reggae, but it's still a sort of reggae they was inventing. And I went there, and when I sing on it, but they were surprised. Out of my head, I just come with something, and it doing wonderful in Germany now.
Right.
It even reached across Japan now.
Yeah. We'll have to track it down, that one.
Yeah, I have a few copies at my house, and if I could meet you like tomorrow, so I could bring a copy come to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the early days, like when you're at Studio One, you've told us how you got your inspiration to start singing and everything.
Exactly.
From there, how did you naturally know how to sing well, or did you get help? Did Coxon help?
No, I didn't get help from singing. Singing was a revolutionary thing to me. It was like you have these guys who really big time guys. As I say, like not cool and just to mention a few, because there's so much of them. I wanted to be in the limelight, so it was a struggle.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really help. I just push out and want to be like them. I wish I was like them type of guys the first time as a little boy. So I tried to be like them. I just sing like Elvis Presley, the whole of them. And but the only difference, I never like to walk in other people's shadows. I always want to be original.
Yeah.
Even if I want to be like them, I don't really mean like singing like them.
Yeah.
I mean like doing my own thing, and they will recognize me.
Yeah.
And it was just like that. But it's not really help I get from nobody to really tell me how to sing and all of that.
Right.
Because I could sing already,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. When you got to Bunny Lee's studio, how old were you by that stage?
I don't remember recall it specific age, but Bunny Lee was another scenario. Because when I met Bunny Lee, I had a band named I used to play in bands, when I dropped singing completely. And I took up guitar professionally. I used to just play guitar and back up a lot of recording artists like Derek Morgan, Johnny Clark, Union, Ori Sandy,
Okay.
etc. Just playing guitar, touch on the metal, them on stage, and not singing, right?
Right.
So that's why I met Bunny Lee, because I had this band, Robert Shakespeare used to play in my band. He's great now. And Carly from Bob Marley, who was a drummer.
Yeah.
He died now. He was, there was in, band that I had. Several other guys passed through.
Sorry about that.
Okay, no
It's
problem.
back in business. Right. Yeah. So we're just talking about Bunny Lee's studio and
Oh, he was asking,
about the band Aggravators.
yes, it belongs to Bunny Lee.
Right.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. So was it at Bunny Lee that you did a series of tunes talking about the Gorgon?
Yeah.
Can you explain those tunes for people in Australia that might not know the term the Gorgon? What exactly you mean by that? The mighty conquering Gorgon.
Well, the Gorgon, it came at a time when Bunny Lee gave me a song to sing named None Shall Escape the Judgment.
Right.
But Bunny Lee owed me some money and I never turned up at the recording, so
Ah.
Johnny Clark was hanging around. And he said to me, I turned him down on several recordings, I never turned up.
Right.
So Johnny Clark wasn't really into great singer at that time. And Bunny Lee said, Bunny Lee, since Cornel not here, he would have do the song. But Bunny Lee said to him, no, but I think you can manage them song. But they work it out and him said, all right, yeah man, and Bunny Lee give him a try. None shall escape the judgment.
Yeah.
So Johnny Clark sang it. And it became a hit. When he sang it, so I came back to Bunny Lee, talking about and Bunny Lee said to me, you see, if you sing the song, None Shall Escape the Judgment, you saw to that big kind Johnny Clark sing it and Johnny Clark boss and gone. Jamaican terminology.
Yeah.
So anyway, I came with other recording as well, like Natty Dread Agonish Farm. The reason for those things was because when Johnny Clark came with None Shall Escape the Judgment, he became like a rival, and we started to have rivalry between both of us. Like who can sing the best songs or so what have you.
Yeah, and you were both working for Bunny Lee at the time.
Of course. So when he came with that, I came with Gun Court Law, after the same rhythm. Like, none shall escape the gun court in this time. See? And when I did that now, Johnny Clark come with another tune like, move out of Babylon, Rastaman. You know?
Yep.
So I said, but you can't sing, man. And me come with, well, I went to a dance. I said, well, I went to a dance in a Greenish farm. King Tubby's and the Dread was there. Right?
Yeah.
And Johnny Clark come with, Jaja in there. And me go home and me write another song now. I say, all right, you see, all when I go on, I made a Gorgon and the whole of dance, you know. Because you can't touch me, you know. So me just come with a big tune and say, I'm the Gorgon in a this year dance. But when I say I'm the Gorgon, I mean not them me talking. It was a sort of rivalry thing.
Yeah.
But you want to know them, you're the king in the world thing. You're the Gorgon, them can't get you out. So I say, coming from the north with my face to the sun, I'm quite sure I can knock you out, I'm the Gorgon. In a this year dance, I'm the Gorgon. You dig me?
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And we went on, you know, doing rivalry against each other all the time, singing against one another and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I came with, you know, several hit records. Can't remember some of them now. Yeah.
Wicked. The other tunes that I want to ask you about is you did a series of tunes, well, Queen of the Minstrels,
Yeah.
and the Minstrel as well, like a similar tune but sort of slower. Was that Curtis Mayfield?
No.
Based on?
No. It was originally written
Original
by
song?
me. Stars
Yeah.
was written by me. The one, why when the stars stop,
Yeah.
I wrote it.
Right.
I get inspiration for those songs. Well, Johnny Nash came with a tune named Move and Groove.
Right.
And it impressed me very, very much. I used to sing it in my band, you know. And when I sing it, it sounds just like Johnny Nash. And I used to get a lot of applaud, burn down the place with them soul tune. But Johnny Nash impressed me at that particular time with Move and Groove. I wanted something similar, like to go on the same side of flow. So this group named the Turtles,
Yeah.
and I sat down with my guitar and I bang and I say, because those type of singing was taking on, you know. So I'm going to say, why when the stars stop shining, it brings dark cloud. It was at night, you know.
Right.
And I sit down and you have a train line and the stars, and everything, I'm a box guitar, I'm just alright. Why when the stars stop shining? I never really completed the same night. But I get idea and write it down, and then I come back and what don't sound good to me, I take it out and put in until I get it perfect.
Yeah.
And same thing with Queen of the Minstrel. Yeah. It was written by me. And one that you asked a while ago, which was when they asked me about it, it was written by me, but I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
That you read it. So just a while ago.
Well, obviously, the songs that you've written, you've got the songs, beautiful love songs. You have songs for the dance hall,
Yes.
culture songs, the whole spectrum of reggae.
For the old scenario, well,
Yeah.
I'm not a one-track minded singer. Sorry, I love to sing for the world.
Yeah.
And for people in different moods and different directions. I don't just like to sing for one type of people, like us wasn't. I like to sing for the dance hall. And if you hear me again, I'll soul to you know.
Right.
Right? So you have different moods, different things that you can relax your mind to.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you decide what to write on? Where does the inspiration for your songs? Where does that all come from?
By God, you know.
Yeah.
The Almighty God, who is Jehovah. When I write my song, you know, I just write off inspiration, off of natural things. Many of the songs that I write never really mean nothing to me. Like, them never really written off of me. I never really write a song off of myself. Like, say, write a song off of myself. But I just look at other people's life. Just sit down, imagine I have a guitar in my hand, and a pen and a book, and I start to look out and stare into space. And I just imagine, say, somebody could have box up and down. I'm going to say, you're boxing over here, and you're boxing over there. I'm going to start right.
Right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really me. It's other people in life, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of Jehovah, you praise
I praise Jehovah.
Jehovah.
I
Right. Can you explain?
Jehovah is a God of all gods. Him is the supernatural force, all power, through the power, that Him presented here.
Right.
But I don't worship man like myself as God. Any man that breathe like me, and eat like me, and drink like me, can't be God.
Right.
Because we desire the same thing. It's like a car. A car need fuel. If it don't have the gas, it can't run by itself. So the car can't be God. Neither statue can't be God. Because if you make a statue and you put him in a one position, him can't move him. If you don't move him and turn him around, so him can't move, so him can't be God. Right? Neither the water can't be God. The sun and the moon can't be God because they're the handwork of God, handmade. Through creation, He presented them.
Right.
So God is just God. Him is not man. Him is God. A power through the universe who create lightning and thunder and the whole universe. And life. Right.
Right. So do you call yourself a Rasta? Or you...
If you want to call me a Rasta, that is no problem, You call me a Rasta. But I don't get into things that I don't understand.
Right.
I don't think that I understand. I understand that Jehovah God is God of all gods. So I just respect Him as God.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Respect. As someone that's been in the business from the start of reggae music and before, right through till today, what do you think about the state of reggae music as it is right now?
Reggae music, as you know, is a good music. In the early days, we had the real roots thing, like in the studio, they have the drum and bass, real live record things.
Yeah.
It was more fascinating to me, more than artificial thing, where a man go in the studio and you overdub some little pang, 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 and make it sound like computerized stuff, which is not really natural thing. The natural thing is when a guy play with him, one ability, with him integrity, in mind, in vision, and in soul and spirit. And when you look at something, the pang, pang, or you pick up a candy in span, you know what I mean, or even two stone together, it goes a clock.
Anything that can make sounds.
And it presents a special, thing, quality, and usual quality.
Yeah.
To the beat, like in the old time days when Lee Perry used to do them thing there. This guy named Treasure Isle guy, Duke used to do it before, He used to do it, percussion, stuff like. He just knock all two buckles, clock, clock. It from a long time ago it was happening. But those are the things that really fascinate me. When they make a mistake and you come back again and get it perfect, and nowadays, it changed, That is not saying that it's not good. I'm not going to say that you don't have good music today, because you have good music today.
Yeah.
But it become more commercialized, and everybody do it now for them ways, and it don't really have the quality in it again. You might see the French them singing reggae, and the British them singing reggae, but them don't do it that the real original. Them straight from the grassroots, and doing it now for a commercial thing, like we have fast food. So this fast food thing don't really sound so good to me, so fascinating to me when I hear it, because I know it's just a make up thing. You just press a button on the computer, something got ting, and you just program. You don't have no ability.
Right.
Yeah. But out of the one of them, sometimes you find even one good one. But that don't mean you still have good music.
Right.
Yeah, but I still prefer the whole time
Right.
reggae, because it's yourself. It portrays yourself, When I go into the studio the first time, and I went to do a record, and it portrays Cornel Campbell. It is me, because I show the music and what to play. I say, play the bass line, boom, 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 and give me the Hispanic piano, and it's me. Nowadays, they don't do that again. A man will make a rhythm. And I say, boy, I'm going to invite Hispanic rhythm, And you have to try to find a tune for fit the rhythm.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like it, but sometimes it does do it. Because sometimes it's a gamble too, Because sometimes you have to play what the world want you to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just stuff like that.
Well, what about the message in reggae music? It looks, from an outside perspective, through the 80s, it seems like the message in the music changed a lot, and a lot of the roots and culture was lost. And these days, it seems to have come back a bit with artists like Luciano, Garnet, Silk, Tony Rebel, through Sizzla and Capleton. What do you think about the messages in reggae music through time?
Well, you have good messages even now, right? So I'm not going to degrade the business per se. you don't have no good music. Because if you degrade the lyrics, you're going to degrade some good artists too.
True.
Right? Who really have potential and ability.
Yeah.
But I believe that time changed and you have to live with the time too. Once ago when we portray the real roots, you know, it was what happening in those times. We sing. When a man sing about a woman and underneath a woman and all them strong things, it don't really sound good to me and to the public. To people who have high intelligence, who are trying to bring up them children them. And you're sending her daughter to high school and I spend a lot of money for her to become a lawyer or whatever you. And them years shall listen to something explicit. But on the other hand, because it's two and half, you know, you have to realize that many of them talking the truth, you know. It's what really happened them talking it, as someone say it. Right? When the DJ them talk about the woman and it's true them talking and a lie. But the only thing is that I think those songs shouldn't really mobilize yourself and motivate yourself in the public, in certain society, where you have decent crowd. You know what I mean? In other words, if you go on a bus in Jamaica, you sometimes the minibus man play all them songs and the teacher them in the bus. That is totally, I'm total against those things.
Right.
But if a man in a bedroom or a certain place and want to play those songs, oh no big deal, it's not bad. Because privacy.
Yeah.
But not to be in the open public like that. A man, I play a big set over here, so some church people live us and some decent people live us. I'm blasted up loud. And I'm singing about, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But what I'm singing is true. Yeah.
Looking back over your career, are there any tunes that you're particularly proud of from your catalogue? I know it's a hard task.
It's a hard task. Because some song that I just do a simple song, but I recognize them as big song. And I have to listen them back again. And so, was I really doing this? And some of them that I work hard on, them never really come out to be excellent. When I say never come out to be excellent, them excellent to me, but sometimes a person will give a deaf ears. And some of them, and some, you know, you just go around. Yeah. But I try to do the best I can.
Yeah.
What I do all the time, I do the best thing I can do. I don't do nothing and do it halfway. And I know it don't sound good. I try to do it the best because the best is me.
Right.
Yeah.
Respect.
And we're going to listen to it. Yeah. And it's going to be here for a long time. And you can't erase it again. Yeah. It have to be here. So I try to just do it good. Yeah.
Well, looking back, are there any memories that stand out particularly for you over the last several decades?
There's a whole heap from the beginning. If a man singing from 1956, must have a lot of memory.
I know.
But a lot of memory can all on this tape right now.
Sure.
You know, it would have to be another session.
Yeah.
Because there's so much dropouts. Like fellow musician colleagues who even Bob Marley was a good friend of mine. In the old days when Bob Marley, my sister used to sing with them as I sold it, you know, with Rita Marley and stuff. And why I said Bob, because Bob, I'm used to quarrel over religion sometimes.
Right.
But the reason why I quarrel over religion, because like Bob would have said to me, he said, the wages of sin is death. So when a man see him dead, same time. Bob used to believe at the time when a man die, like if a man die right now, right? Suppose he can't eat on a man or anything. Bob Marley believes says sin the man sin, why can't lick him down?
Right.
If the man never sinned none at all, he can't knock him down. And I said to Bob Marley, said, nah man, when God said the wages of sin is death, he never means that you're dead same time. But we first parents them in ancestral time, Asian time, who them term as Adam and Eve then, right?
Yeah.
As a figure of speech. The first other people them that was here, when them disobey God take away things from them, like you know, short them days them don't live again for see eternal life. And him said the wages of sin is death, that means that I'm going to die, them not going to live again forever. But that don't necessarily mean they're going to kill at the same time.
Yeah.
But you're dying because you're getting old.
True.
And there's lots of process. You natural causes of death, all kind of death, but you die with sickness, well. But Bob never want to believe those things. So I have a look at being a quarreling. But he was one of the great guys who me believe. Me and quarreling would agree, but we never really keep malice. If me and Bob quarrel right now, if me walk down the road, him say, "What am Cornel?" And I'm say, "Yell up, Bob," and I say, "We don't really keep malice and stuff like that." But when I came with the Gorgon, Bob Marley never bust that time, you know. right? And Bob, hear that, him listen to Gorgon. And then I came with the Guinea Gog. For Bonnie, I tune him. If you want to be on the right track, don't fight against the Guinea Gog. And Bob listened to him. And then Bob write a tune in Rat Race. But he was talking to me specifically when him say, some are Gorgon, some are Guinea Gog, in a this a rat race. So me, my Bonnie Lee said to me, say, why make Bob Marley sing against him, about the Gorgon and them thing. Hands him back. But me never know so Bob Marley was going boss, you know. So me say, no man, I'm not answer them singer there, you know, because I don't feel too important. And when I went to England in 1975, Bob Marley come with Cash Fire album and bus. And it too late for answer him back, I'm never bother answer him back again. But I was coming with several Gorgon, like the Gorgon, the ruler, etc., a whole heap of Gorgon. Yeah, until Ninja Man take it over now and say my Gorgon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but him don't really know the original Gorgon.
That's it.
Yeah, because I'm the original Gorgon.
Yeah.
They might just come up Gorgon, you know, but I say them a Gorgon. Yeah. But I just load them.
Respect.
Yeah.
Well, are there any other artists in the industry that you particularly respect?
Yes, man. You have some decent artists who really live up the banner.
Yeah.
But I can't remember them now because. But you have guys like Ken Boot, who's a real, you know,
Yeah.
and various other artists.
Yeah.
We're big man, them sing good culture music. Them not immoral, and them struggle with the reggae business to keep it up to standard.
Yeah.
Like myself, some of them they carry it down. Why with hustling and deprivation? Them carry it down, you know. I make it look cheap. Yeah, but we don't do that. We have to keep it up. Yeah.
So what have you been working on lately? We got a tune just recently on the Free Willy label with Beanie Man and a Big Herb tune.
Oh, you know about that.
Yeah, Big Herb tune.
You playing up there?
Yeah, in Australia.
Okay, that's great because
We only just got it before we left, so we didn't
Okay,
have enough time to play it long. But
that song, you'd come about now.
I get meat every day.
Yeah, Bonnie Lee. No, not Bonnie Lee. Arthur Whale.
sorry.
Arthur Whale was a producer, and he sent somebody to call me to do a recording for him. So when I went to the studio, I write a love song, and the engineer said to me, "Say, Cornel, you see the rhythm? Don't sing a love song on the rhythm now. You know, it's too tame. More I sing something different." So I wrote a song about the economy, right? And it sounded good. But Beanie Man and Jano, no. Me and Jano moved at Virgin, right? So Jano was there. And Jano and Beanie Man came in and Beanie Man said, when Beanie Man was listening to it, him said, why not sing something different and make the whole of it a combination? The three of us, because Jano was there. And I said, yeah man. So I give them my song for make them hear it and come in with a different part for themselves. But when Beanie Man see the lyrics, him say, Cornel, nobody sing this man. Sing something about even sing something immoral. But man, I call the name over the over this nobody something immoral himself, explicit. Himself, when I sing them the song, there, I sing about drugs and so. You know, not now go on, you know. So me can't say it over and say, all right, my question what can I work in? So me take back the paper from them. Me never have nothing for sing now, you know. So John will try to find the lyrics now. And he was singing about sense. Indica, some kind of weed. But that wasn't the up-to-date weed at that time.
Right.
So a man in the studio said, John will, no man, not sing that man, sing about high grade. High grade I run things now, you know. And John will start find a line like him say, I smoke high grade every day. Him start get that. But Beanie Man did a final line now about 1 pound a day can't hold me, 2 pound a day can't control me. But me never have nothing to sing. Because me that try to sing my nice love tune thing them.
Yeah.
So me go one side now and Beanie Man a verse and John with a verse for them side. And me over my side a verse with a pen. I'm gonna start get some idea and say, me never call no weed, me say, I smoke it every day. And some stuff and get some lyrics of myself. Them never know what I was going to sing, you know. So when them say, take one recording, Beanie Man, them don't want to hear what I was going to sing. Because if them hear what I was going to sing, they would have fit in for them things to what I was singing. But I never want to hear it neither. Right? Somebody just say, and them laugh. You know? And Beanie Man said to John Old, them said, Cornel Campbell, that man, him not like hearing nobody. listen when him I write him song, you know. You know him just say that.
Yeah.
And thing. So when the recording gone now, Beenie Man come in and John will come in and them meters come in. I smoke it every day. And them say boom boom, boy it gone, and it was good recording. Bad tune. I want to come and listen it and they play back Beenie Man please and John will feel please and everybody start reel up. That's what it really come about.
Nice.
Yeah. It's an excellent recording.
So what else have you been working on lately?
Well, I have some songs that I'm working on now. But really, I wanted to come out with an album.
Yep.
But I'm going to England. And maybe United States to see if I can get a good deal for an album.
Right.
Yeah, but I just have the lyrics them put on. Yeah.
Nice. So what sort of album? Dealing with the whole spectrum again? Music for all
Like
topics?
Roots. Well, Roots.
Roots.
Everyday living.
Yeah.
Everyday life and things. But generally, when I do a Roots rhythm, LP, I don't really just sing all it in a Roots. You know. I sing maybe one and two love songs on it.
Yeah.
To flavor it up as a variety.
See. All right. Well, to wrap things up, is there any message, an overall message you'd like to pass on to the people in Australia, all the reggae fans back in Melbourne?
Oh yes, I adore Australian people very, very much, and I'm well pleased for all you beautiful people. I mean, you know, buying my record and supporting me for all the years. I really respect that, and I wish that I'd be able to come to Australia one day to put on a very beautiful show for you. Yes, all the people, fans, big up Australia. People who love Cornel Campbell. Yo.
Yes, Cornel, give thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
A pleasure. Yeah. Well, there's a little area.
Yeah, big up with Aaron.
Bless.
We have on video camera yesterday, did a jingle for us and on the mini disc as well.
Okay.
Yeah, would it be alright to get a jingle? Would it be possible to get a jingle for the radio show?
You want it now?
Or we could either that, or if we could do dub plates, we could always do it in the studio.
Yeah.
We're going to do that, please.
If we can do them here, we can do them here.
You could do it at Exodus, you know.
Exodus. Yeah, we could.
Come on.
All right.
Let's go.
So there you have it. Jesse I interviews Cornel Campbell back in 2003. I hope you enjoyed that. I particularly enjoyed the insight into his rivalry with Johnny Clark. I've got a question which I'd love your help with. When I'm interviewing people and they mention specific songs, would you like to hear a snippet of the song in question, or would you prefer to just hear the interview unbroken and uninterrupted? I'm inclined to go with the latter. I think I'd leave the song snippets for radio when I play interviews there, but I'd still like to hear what you think, so please let me know. And if you do have any other feedback you'd like to send me, feel free to send that in as well. You can email me at jesse@chantdown.com. That's Jesse, Jesse, @chantdown.com. Or link me on Facebook, facebook.com/JesseI, or on Instagram @MoreFireBlaze. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and please leave it a good review on whatever podcast listening app you use. I don't use iTunes myself, but I'm told that positive iTunes reviews really help extend the reach of a podcast, so that would be great. If you'd like to tune in to my weekly reggae radio program Babylon Burning, it is still on PBS FM every Saturday evening from 5 to 7 p.m. If you're in Melbourne, Australia, you can listen live on 106.7 FM, or if you're anywhere else in the world, you can tune in via pbsfm.org.au. Normally it's vintage music in the first hour and new music in the second. If you can't tune in to listen live, there's an archive of the last 6 months of programs there. You can listen back to at any time. You can also see playlists of the show dating back to 1997 on my website, which is chantdown.com. Please listen again next week as I bring you another interview from 2003, this time with the legendary Rasta DJ Big Youth. That's it for this week. Give thanks, Isers every time.
As I lift my sails, from whence cometh my health is coming from the Almighty Jah. Who bless Rascrucial with a spiritual fire for burn out some selector boy, dirty island powder and John, some of them in the Jordan River, Hill, Kingston, the true life giver. Big up original Jesse I and all of the Melbourne crew, Australia, straight from out of Jamaica, St. Chant them down sound. Cornel Campbell, Lick Clarice, on the one.
Original. What a cha cha cha. Shut down sound. I Cornel Campbell say so. Lord, Lord, Lord. What ta 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 ta. We mash you down. We mash you down. Chant down sound. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You come with your doubts, but remember, chant down sound. We mash you down. Yeah. We mash you down.